I'm just going to talk now. So, we are covering Hurricane Ian here. I'm going to turn off this little tropical storm watch, tropical storm warning, hurricane watch, hurricane warning thing up. We haven't been live in a little bit. Oh, we just had to turn that off for a minute. This is a Category 2 storm at the moment. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far on the channel here. We are covering this. It's forecasted to become a Category 3 hurricane and make landfall in Cuba. As Cat 3, there are hurricane warnings in effect for a lot of Cuba here, especially these areas, Cuba. I'm going to change the title of the live stream. So this is extreme live coverage on the channel. Here's forecast to be a Category 4 hurricane once it leaves the Cuba region. This is forecasted to hit Tampa pretty hard. This is what it's looking like right now. It could form an eye later on here, so it's kind of an intensification trend. It's hard to wrap around here. So this is showing that this is strengthening, and this could eventually form an eye at some point. It's having some big convection on a big area of thunderstorms active in Cuba right now. So the one we were talking about. My thing, it just glitched me out for some reason. How do you do those templates like Weather Watcher does? You use them through Pixlr, and you can just create them from there. It's pretty easy. You basically just go to pixlr.com, Pixlr, and you click arrange and style. You click shape, and you can just create stuff and create text. It's pretty easy. You make it yourself. So, yeah. Kind of what you do. So it's kind of wrapping around. Pretty strengthening trend right now. If we take a look at these storms, we have some pretty heavy rainfall at the moment in Cuba. As we are seeing, it's kind of far away from the radar, but some of the outer bands from this is really experiencing just to the north of Marathon right now. Areas like Layton are experiencing this. Tampa's also experiencing some rain from this, so it's definitely a big storm that's shooting out a lot of energy with a lot of big rain bands. When you do it on an iPad, I'm not sure, but I know you can do it on a computer. It's a website, by the way. We also do have whatever it's called. Slight risks of severe weathers in effect. We have a marginal risk of severe weather and threat for the Keys right now. As you can see, marginal risks in effect. I meant marginal risk in effect for the Keys with a 2% chance of tornadoes, including Key West is under a 2% chance of tornadoes. Marathon, Layton, those areas could maybe see a tornado. It's a very low threat, but still just be well aware for the today. Luckily, we haven't seen any tornado warnings or anything like that by any means. Tomorrow's categorical outlook is a slight risk, including Key West and Marathon, Layton, and Cape Coral, just to the south of Tampa. and it also includes Englewood, Sarasota, and barely including the Tampa area. Probability of tornadoes at 5%, including Key West, Marathon, Layton, Tavernier. This also does include Naples, Cape Coral, Sarasota, and just the south, kind of barely in Tampa. With some other areas experiencing this, it could include Arcadia, Sebring, under this 5% chance of tornadoes. Tomorrow, we could see a few tornadoes from this system coming up here. That is definitely what we were talking about. I hope everybody is enjoying this stream so far. For the day 3 category outlook, we could also see the potential for a few tornadoes possible from the bands of Ian, including some potential areas. It does move further north where the risk of severe weather does include, where the chance of tornadoes would include here. It does include Cape Coral, Port St. Lucie, Sarasota, Tampa, Spring Hill, Orlando, and Daytona Beach, Ocala. More of a populated area, in this area could experience some severe weather on day 3 or 2 days from today. With this, I hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. So that's just only talking about the days where we could see severe weather and potentially tornadoes from Ian here. This is definitely not a good sign here, as we could see these areas with a few tornadoes in areas like Key West, Tampa, Cape Coral, Daytona Beach, Palm Bay, maybe even Miami, and Orlando and Gainesville. Could see these potential risks of severe weather in the next few days here. So I hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. We do have hurricane warnings in effect for western Cuba. Basically, today's stream is going to be talking about Florida, and we're going to be talking about Cuba. We have hurricane warnings in effect for Tampa area, Sarasota, St. Petersburg, Clearwater. All those areas are under these hurricane warnings. Area like Cape Coral, Naples are under tropical storm warnings and hurricane watches and storm surge warnings. And storm surge warnings in effect for Tampa. Hurricane watches and storm surge watches to the north of the Tampa area in that orange, as you can see. So definitely is what we were talking about. I hope everybody's you're enjoying. Yep, I hope everybody's enjoying, because you are enjoying. Thanks. We do have satellite imagery on at the moment. Your big area of strong thunderstorms is ongoing, just from these outer bands, just kind of to the north of Key West, more in areas like Layton, Isla Morada, and Tavernier in the Keys of Florida are experiencing very heavy rainfall right now from an outer band heading into the region here. Marco's experiencing some isolated rain near Naples. Isolated rain, not as much. We can barely really get rainfall from, we don't have a radar site in whatever it's called, Cuba, so we can't really see much radar right there, sadly, but we're really going to be able to see radar once this thing gets into the Tampa area. Those areas, we're going to pull up the main radar. For here, as you can see, this is our big storms near Isla Morada and Layton. Some big time storms. Also some bands, including just to the north of Keys. This one looks kind of significant. It's not really. Think about these Keys and these storms. The Keys are a little small islands, so if there could be a storm rotating and it's not on land. So it's kind of how it works, you know. I mean, this storm right here, it's not even on land. It's not really rotating either, but it's looking kind of significant. We also do have some storms to the south. They could start rotating. We are in a kind of an environment. The chance of tornadoes is on the lower side for today, but the main area of tornadoes will start to shape up by tomorrow with this. Here, western Cuba, still under those hurricane warnings right now in the red. Tampa, in those hurricane warnings. The Keys are actually under tropical storm warnings and storm surge warnings. I advise everybody in Tampa to be evacuating here. Storm surge warnings, hurricane warnings in Tampa. Tropical storm watches, including Orlando, in those areas right now. If you're kind of seeing that I kind of repeat stuff, that's because when new people kind of tune into the stream, I kind of tend to do that. So, as you can see, this is what we're looking at right now. This is a Category 2 storm. At the moment, winds are at 100 miles an hour, gusts are at 120. With this is a Category 2 system, expected to strengthen to a Category 3 by the time it gets here later on. So this thing is definitely going to strengthen pretty significantly. Hope everybody likes this. Can I make the templates with CapCut? With CapCut, I don't think so, but you can make it with Pixlr. Pixlr is free, by the way. You don't have to pay for the subscription. It's definitely live coverage. Category 2 system right now. Winds of 100 miles an hour, gusts of 120. This is a Category 2. This is called Hurricane Ian. Expected to make landfall in western Cuba. Then will eventually make landfall into Florida here, with big hurricane warnings in effect for Tampa. So this is definitely big. Not what you're saying. This is a dangerous. This is a worst case scenario for Florida, including the Tampa areas and south. And north. This is a worst case scenario situation. Also a worst case scenario situation for Cuba too, as this is definitely not what we want to hear. As you can see, big time thunderstorms active in the Layton area and Isla Morada area, and some other storms near Key West. There's kind of an environment for tornadoes, kind of not. More of the environment for tornadoes will be tomorrow. There is an isolated tornado threat, but that's definitely lower for today. But the main tornado threat will be for the Keys later on. It's only kind of what we were talking about here. Guys, have any questions? I will answer them. Okay, you'll do it. Yeah. It takes a bit, though. Sadly, it takes quite a while for me. I spent quite a bit of time into making some of mine. But, yeah. We're going to take a look at some of the model runs that this storm could kind of provide with this. We're going to take a look at the models. Basically, what the models can do is they can kind of show what where these storms can do, where they can go. Wow, this is the NAM 3-kilometer model is so weird with this thing. NAM 3-kilometer is wrong. We're going to take a look at the GFS, see what the GFS predicts. GFX predicts that in the next 30 hours, it gets near the Keys with some winds near the Keys around 60 miles an hour. So we could see some 60 miles an hour winds. Yes, it is hard to do. In about 30 hours. With this, the GFS is right. It's only one model, by the way. We are starting to get more certain. We will start to see big time winds head into the Tampa region. Big time strong winds into Tampa here, up to 100 miles an hour winds by 60 hours out here. We can see up to 100 miles an hour winds in Tampa by 63 hours out. This is definitely some big threats that we're talking about. This thing almost just stalls out in Tampa with some very strong winds in Tampa. This crazy model shows it making landfall in Tampa. The GFS actually shows it hitting Tampa, like making landfall, literal landfall. This is the GFS model is showing this of even more worst case scenario, and then more winds into the Tallahassee area around 96 hours out, and some strong winds near Jacksonville too. With this. Hello, Jeannie. Thanks for tuning in. It's definitely Ian coverage. We're going to put this to the total precipitation that their GFS is forecasting. Man, the GFS is forecasting. This rainfall thing only goes to 14 inches, but they're showing over 14 inches potentially in Tampa. In a lot of areas in Florida, we could see up to that 14 inches range here. If we are going to take a look at the forecast, today's a lower threat for flash flooding, but tomorrow there's a moderate chance of flash flooding across portions of the Keys, Miami, Port St. Lucie, West Palm Beach, Marco, Cape Coral, Palm Bay, Port St. Lucie are under moderate risks of flash flooding on day 2. Then day 3 extends further north into the Tampa area, Orlando, Spring Hill, Gainesville, Jacksonville are under moderate risks of flash flooding. This could include very heavy rainfall and potential flash flooding in these areas. This is something people need to be well aware for. Tampa should be evacuating. I agree that a lot of people in Tampa should be evacuating here. My own opinion, that's what I think, is that people should be evacuating with this. We do take a look at the potential rain this thing shows. This shows tomorrow we could see very heavy rainfall across these regions. I mean, look how heavy the rainfall could get across these regions. That's some very, very heavy rainfall with this. So we could definitely see some very, very heavy rainfall across portions of Florida here. Also some extremely heavy rainfall across Cuba. Something I've not really noted yet is the big storm surge that we could see across Tampa, and many other areas could see some big storm surge. And Tampa's a really hard-hit area for storm surge. If storm surge happens in Tampa, it could be pretty bad, as Tampa's one of the biggest cities for storm surge. It's definitely not a good sign for the Tampa area here, which is what we are talking about. Hope everybody is enjoying the stream at the moment. Live. I don't know what happened with this. One sec. I might have to re-pull this up. It's hard to do on an iPad. Never mind, it failed. Yeah. Pretty difficult. I had to put this up here. I don't know what the heck it's doing, but for some reason it's not letting me show. It says maximum sustained winds at 100 miles an hour at the moment. Hurricane warnings are in effect for Cuba. Storm surge warnings in effect for Tampa. Tropical storm warnings in effect for the lower Florida Keys. Storm surge watches and storm surge warnings in effect for Tampa. Many other areas. Storm surge warnings also in effect. Tropical storm warnings in effect for many areas. Storm surge watches in effect for Florida Keys. Many other areas. Hurricane watches in effect for near Englewood in those areas. So many threats that we are talking about here. This could impact these areas. This is a big time thunderstorm that we are talking about. The forecast models. Why is it doing the forecast models? I don't know why. My thing's kind of glitched. But thanks, Jeannie. Thank you so much for the support. Make sure you guys are evacuating in Tampa if you guys do live in Tampa. Many areas like Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, Tallahassee All these areas, Daytona Beach, Cape Coral, Naples, Jupiter, Palm Bay, all these areas could experience very heavy rain. Even Miami experiencing very heavy rainfall with this. The strongest winds will include the Tampa region. It's definitely what we are talking about here. Hope everybody does enjoy this stream so far. This is what we are really tracking and really focusing on is this system. The wind rating, we're taking a look at the wind speeds right now. The most southern island in Cuba is experiencing tropical storm force winds already, but big areas of hurricane force winds. That little area right there, the little zone's experiencing hurricane force winds. The forecasted hurricane force winds really get into the Tampa region here. This is definitely a big threat. As many areas could see big time winds, big time storm surge, and big time everything. Big time everything. As I can say, big time everything. It's definitely what we're talking about. Hope everybody does enjoy this. This is live coverage here. This is kind of wrapping around in these areas. Cuba, this is kind of wrapping around. We could see an eye later. It's expected to become a Category 3 hurricane soon. Something what we were talking about. Big system. Miami also expected to see is getting into some rain right now. Wait. Actually, not really. Miami's going to be seeing rain soon. Yeah, rain is actually heading into the Miami region. Not yet, but it is heading in. Some of the outer bands is going to be getting into Miami here soon. Very heavy rainfall right now, including Tavernier, Isla Mirada, and just to the north of Layton is experiencing some very heavy rainfall. I feel like this is a repeat. It's boys. Hello, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. This is definitely what we were talking about here. As you can see, this is starting to wrap around here. Hurricane warnings are in effect still for western Cuba. This is expected to become a Category 3 system. Chris, please tell me the house will be okay. Your house is under tropical storm watches. They could see winds of 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts of 50. And you could also see rain maze. Your area could also see 6 to 10 inches of rainfall near your house. So definitely the main threats will not really be tropical storm, will not really be winds. You could see some maybe close to tropical storm force winds of gusts. But the main threats for you will be rain, as your house could see 6 to 10 inches of rain waves. So it's definitely a big threat that your house could see. I'll pull up the forecast here. The forecast here for you, rain waves, is you're on Merritt Island. Is a moderate risk of flash flooding on day 3 and a slight risk of flash flooding on day 2. So some very heavy rainfall in that area. Your area, rain maze, needs to be that area in Central Florida that your house is at, not your actual house, but like your little Florida house thing, could see some very heavy rainfall on day 3, which is 2 days out from today. So Wednesday is when you really need to be focusing on that area. As the winds are not the main threats, is the heavy rain. The main threats. Hey, hello, Roblox Gaming. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Millbar, Recon found 80 to 85 knot winds. Okay. let's see, what is this right now? It said it says it's 100 winds and gusts of 120, and it's a 965 millibar, but they said 966. Okay. Hello. It's only what you're talking about. This is forecasted to make landfall. Oh, we got the update back up. I don't know why this thing is showing it only to be. I don't know why WSV3 is showing it to just be a Cat 3. It is forecasted to be Category 4, so I don't know why they're showing a Cat 3. It's forecasted to be Cat 4, not a Cat 3. I don't know why they're saying that, but it's forecast to be Cat 3. I'm going to try on there, yeah. It's only what we are talking about. Yeah, I hope everybody is enjoying this. This is extreme coverage of this to make landfall in Cuba here soon. To overnight, this is going to make landfall in Cuba with some very heavy rainfall. Forecast to be Category 3 overnight here. We're going to go to... Has it actually updated? APM EDT. Let's see. One second. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's updated. No. Oh yeah, it did update. But for some reason they are wrong, and for some reason WC3 is wrong. Jake's the boss. Thanks for tuning in. You say I knew it was. You're gonna try on there. Okay. I knew it was going to head towards the Tampa Bay area. I didn't know why the National Westerns thought it was going to head towards the Panhandle. Well, that's because it basically some of the models were forecasting that early, but they kind of shifted towards the east a little more as in the high cloud tops. Yeah. See the rainfall forecast. Wow. Some heavy rainfall. Big tropical storm force winds into Cuba, and a lot of Cuba is in western Cuba is already experiencing tropical storm force winds. What this is definitely not a good sign. We're going to pull up Omega. If we pull up Omega here, as you can see, it's a Cat 2 with gusts of 120. The new update came out. I didn't even know, but this is forecasted at 2 a.m. to become a Category 3 with gusts of 150 and winds of 120, and expected to make landfall in western Cuba here. It's already going to be a Cat 4 that early. It's crazy how it's already going to be a Cat 4 that early. If this thing wasn't gonna get hit by wind shear, this thing would probably have got to a Cat 5. Wouldn't even be surprised. Look how close that thing is going to get to, wow. This thing is going to get very close to, whatever it's called. This thing's going to get very, very close to making landfall in Tampa. This is definitely what we're talking about. Tropical storm surge watches. Tropical storm watches already near the Apalachicola area already in effect. What we're talking about here. It's forecasted to make landfall at some point. This is forecasted to be a Category 4 major hurricane. Definitely a big storm that could have some big impacts and not be good. This is not going to be good here. That's what we were talking about. Hope people here safe. So yeah, hope people are definitely staying safe from the storm. Your aunt is in Tampa. Oh man, tell your aunt to evacuate right now. If your aunt can't evacuate, then that is really not good. You need to tell your aunt to evacuate it in Tampa right now. Evacuate right now. whatever she can do, get ready to evacuate, because Tampa, storm surge warnings in effect. Gust up to 95 miles per hour is expected, with winds of 55 to 70 miles an hour, gusts to 95. Potential of 7 to feet storm surge, and rain of up to 12 inches across the region, of up to 10 inches, I'd actually think, in these areas. This is definitely not good. Okay, Jackson. A place might get 15 feet of storm surge in Tampa. 10 feet, potentially. Right now in Jamaica, there were strong winds and rain. It was in a flash flood warning, but not now. Oh, wow, yeah. Jamaica down there. Oh, Jamaica actually got impacted by this kind of. Yeah, you're under flash flood warning. Jamaica did get impacted by this a bit. It's the only big storm. Here, we're going to take a look at some of the models. We haven't really took a look at this. Thanks, everybody, for the support. You're keeping me up on these streams and trying to help people. Thank you for that so much, everybody. And from stuff like this, big thing for people to know is that they're going to be near the worst part of this storm. Is run from water, hide from wind. Most people get killed from flooding. Yeah, definitely. I really hope people are staying safe, and I really hope that person evacuates, your grandparent. Or your aunt, your aunt evacuates. Hope your aunt evacuates from this. Is not good. I hope your aunt definitely evacuates, because this is a very dangerous system. Very bad storm indeed. So, something I really advise them to evacuate from. Well, that name 3 kilometer miles crazy. It's insane. We're going to kind of look at the composite reflectivity here. This is what it's looking like right now. This is kind of the composite reflectivity with the GFS is forecasting. The GFS is forecasting this thing to make landfall, be a very strong storm. Some big rainfall impacts for Tampa. Look at the GFS model showing these extreme rainfall. The GFS model showing this thing stalling out over Tampa with some very heavy rainfall. And then heading north with some extremely heavy rainfall for Georgia. And this thing kind of shows it kind of shifts and then kind of heads in a weird direction with it, but yeah, it's kind of weird talking about. It's kind of the GFS kind of right with this, kind of showing. GFS showing a very heavy rainfall, indeed, very very heavy rainfall with this. I mean, it's kind of off the charts right here. They're showing so much that it's not even able to be seen with this. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, this is the big rainfall track. We do have hurricane warnings in effect for western Cuba, hurricane warnings in effect for Tampa, and storm surge warnings in effect for Tampa. This is not good. The storm is 500 miles per hour. Wow. Caused demise, but they stopped for a day in Key West. They got really lucky that they're probably going around and do a bunch of rain. Cruise ship like this. Oh, wow, yeah. I hope they stay safe in Key West if they're in Key West when it's heading in. Because Key West is under tropical storm force warnings, tropical storm warnings, and storm surge warnings. Where they can see storm surge in Key West up to 3 to 5 feet. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. I hope everybody's staying safe here. Key Largo experiencing Tavernier. Those areas experiencing some heavy rainfall at the moment. That is what we were talking about with this system. So, yeah. Hope everybody does enjoy this video on the channel here. Expected solid milieu storm next to Tampa. Yeah, it could do that. It's expected to kind of move slow. Storm motion is expected to be north-northeast or the Tampa area. Very heavy rainfall across Tampa. Hope your van evacuates. We're gonna change this to display capture. So we do change this to display capture. We have this storm expected to make landfall here. U.S. rainfall potential shows Tampa Bay to get 6 to 10 inches of rain. Tampa area 6 to 10 inches of rain. Just north of Tampa could get up to 15 inches of rainfall. Miami area could see up to 10 inches of rain. Just to south of Jacksonville could see up to 15 inches. And 10 inches of rain in near Tallahassee and also in the Jacksonville areas. Savannah could get up to 6 inches. Charleston could see up to 10 inches from the system. System could also be very, very heavy rainfall. So something we were talking about. This is the day 1 to 5 rainfall forecast from this. Expected to bring some very heavy rainfall and hurricane force winds to these areas. You have upgraded your warning. What area will be the hardest hit? I think the hardest hit area will be Tampa. Clearwater and Tampa, definitely the highest hit area from this storm. We're going to pull back up the window capture. There are these hurricane warnings, if you can see. Tampa, I do think will get the highest hit. St. Petersburg, Tampa, Clearwater, those type of areas, Sarasota, they could get the biggest impacts from this. Above board, average temperatures next week, that's not normal, yeah. Tampa Bay, yep. Florida's flat rain, storm surge, that's bad, yeah. Storms already to Key West. So, special weather statement. I don't see a special weather statement, but I do see some rain. Showers. There's a lot of rain, a lot of little bands just near Key West. I can definitely see that. That there is some storms there. So, yeah. Storm surge might raise. Yeah, it could. Yeah, this is definitely new. Not good. Like you said. This is only not a good situation unfolding. The storm is helping make our weather in Texas a lot more pleasant, keeping the cold front south of us the whole week. Nice Austin area. You feel really nice Austin area, yeah. Austin area is expected to see record low temperatures this week. How wide will Ian be at max? I don't know how wide it will be at max. That's kind of something we don't know until it happens. Is how wide it will be at max, but this thing could definitely be very wide and stuff. So, yeah, in Tampa, you say. I'm gonna try to set up something here. Let's see if this works. So, sorry what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to fix something here. As you can tell, this is what I'm kind of creating something right now. As you can tell. Setting something here. Setting up the time. I'll set this to 50 actually. Up there. And then we'll switch the views and overlay to SDF. Yeah, it doesn't work. Whatever. It doesn't work. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I guess it's okay. I guess I'll just send it back to normal. Alright. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. This is, we are talking about hurricane warnings still in effect for Tampa. And definitely some big studs. This thing is really wrapping around. We could see an eye at some point. This is like a rapid strength thing. That new look does not look good. Like tomorrow morning, the low is expected to be 52 at my house, which is crazy. The normal low is 61 a while. But I feel like the front end of the storm is doing something bad. 25 to 30 feet, Cat 3 next to Tampa will get really bad. Yes, it could get really bad with this. Hope you know that it could be very bad. We're going to take a look back at the SPC Storm Prediction Center outlooks. We're going to take a look at the day one outlooks here. Today's outlook right now is a marginal risk of a severe weather across portions of the Keys. The tornado outlook is a 2% chance of tornadoes across portions of Marathon, Key West, Layton. Wind categorical risk is a 5% across portions of Keys, and then the hail threat is a 0. Severe day 2 outlook is up here. As you can see, this is the slight risk of severe weather, including Cape Coral, just south of Tampa, and Key West. This could also include Marco, Naples, Port Charlotte, those type of areas. Key West, Sarasota, just kind of barely in Tampa, actually. And that threat for a few tornadoes will be the main threats. The tornado threat, not really much, as we're not really paying attention to. I meant the wind and hail threat, not really what we're paying attention to, but the tornado threat's the main threat, with a future tornadoes possible in the 5% brown area, including Cape Coral, Key West, and Tampa. Naples, those type of Sarasota, those type of areas could experiencing some big threats. Was the strongest hurricane I've ever witnessed. I've never witnessed a hurricane. Like, I've never actually been in a hurricane. But there's a lot of strong hurricanes. I don't really remember the strongest one, though. I think Atlanta's going to see more rain than expected. Oh, wow, yeah. Certain won't move westward, but usually some go for this area. Yeah. How bad is December going to be? I can't say how bad December is going to be from this far out. It's kind of a little too far out for me to forecast. But you could get some snow and cool weather in December. Rain maze. You're both going to get clapped, yeah. They are going to get hit pretty significantly. We're going to take a look at the day 3 probability of a tornado. We can't really check that out, but there'll probably be a 5% chance of tornadoes, obviously, by day 3. But by day, once this becomes tomorrow. But Tampa, Palm Bay, Cape Coral, Fort Pierce, Sarasota, Orlando, Port Orange, just south of Gainesville, Daytona Beach, Cocoa Beach, Merritt Island, Titusville, Delton, Teltona, Claremont, Tampa, Sarasota, Memphis, Arcadia, Sebring, and Port Charlotte. This is all in Florida. It's under a slight risk of severe weather on day 3, which is Wednesday. This could include a through tornadoes possible. This also does include rain waves. That one place called Merritt Island, where rain waves apparently has a place at, which could see heavy rainfall. And there's also a little tornado threat with it, rain waves. Like a repeat of last year, okay? It's cursed hurricane. I name storms are really bad. Definitely bad storm here with this. Look at this. Definitely big system. Big blowing up in convection. We could probably see an eye at some point. This is kind of barely a little bit of it we're kind of starting to see, but we could probably see an eye soon here. By tonight, we could probably potentially see an eye. This could strengthen into a Category 3. What would you do if Ian... Oh, my God. If Ian made landfall in Tampa installed, that would be awful. But it's already as awful as it gets, as it's getting really close to Tampa. Hope they issue a tornado watch. They could issue a tornado watch for potential risk of tropical tornadoes, yeah. If there would be tornadoes, there could be a threat of a few tornadoes tomorrow into Wednesday. But the threats of tornadoes will be weak tornadoes, as these hurricane storms will have weak tornadoes like EF0 to EF1. Tornadoes could be potentially expected here. Strongest tornado I've seen on radar, Mayfield. I might have seen a stronger one, Maybe. No. Mayfield. Either Mayfield or there was, I think, one that I saw the same level. But besides that, the strongest tornado I've seen is the Mayfield tornado in December 10th, 2021. The Mayfield, probably. There was some other big tornadoes that I've experienced. I've experienced many of the events. I've not actually seen it. I've just experienced it by seeing the weather radar, But yeah, big blowing up in convection right now. Hope everybody is enjoying this. So I feel like it would be kind of fun to ride out a tropical storm, especially if you're inland. Yeah, I've actually experienced a tropical storm before. I've been on vacation. I experienced a storm called Tropical Storm Alberto. I forgot what year it was, but I was really young when it happened. It was the first named storm, and it happened before hurricane season even started in May. It was called Subtropical Storm Alberto. I was around the Destin area at the time, and that's kind of where it impacted me. When I was a kid, I had flash warnings, so it was kind of insanity. There was strong winds. It was pretty crazy, but pretty fun, too. I've had one back in 2010, but I don't remember. I was only 3 years old, though. Yeah. Only 3 years. So, in 2010, I was 0. I was 0, almost 1. I might have been 1. I'm not sure. Might have been 1. Yeah, very heavy rainfall heading in the Key West area. We actually have a big storm heading into Key West right now. We have a big band heading into Key West. Big storms heading in these areas. Blaze Cuba had some resorts of down trees, power, just floods and storm surge. That's kind of what I expect, to be honest. I was not surprised that you would say that. I wasn't, not that, but I wasn't surprised that happened. Wouldn't be surprised. It's not looking good. I'm going to check out Twitter, see, Cuba, anything about Cuba and Ian. I just searched up Cuba, Ian. Okay, so we do have Hurricane Ian at the moment. It's a Category 2 system. It's a big system, strong system, in those areas at the moment. It's the only one we are talking about. It's Category 2. It's hurricane. Kind of looking at some of the stuff. This is definitely big here. Let's see how strong. Let's see. We should put a path from where this is right now. I'm going to put a manual track path from where it is right now. No, my bad. Wow. Yeah, if I kind of put a strack on it. Oh man, I actually didn't do it right. I was trying to see the distance of how far away it was, but my bad. I didn't get that right. Only big system, big convection blowing up. We could potentially see an eyeball later. Let's take a look at displays your grade. Yes, I am. Roblox Gaming, yes, I am. You play at Roblox Gaming, born 2011. Wow, nice. Yes, I am. That is my grade. Yep, Jackson. What's my rain radar? I really like WSV3. I also like Radar Omega. I'd say WSC3 is probably my favorite, but I also really, really like Radar Omega. Basically. Recon going into the eyewall. Wow. So that's it's good that they're going into the eyewall so we can get a new update. Uses quite a few. Yeah, I do. I'm probably going to end the stream here soon. I got to get in the shower at some point, and I have school tomorrow, so I'm guessing you guys probably do too. Wow. Hope everybody in Tampa is evacuating. Hope of that. Is it okay if I go of AFK for the rest? Because I feel like I might just stop talking here because I gotta kind of feel. Oh man, wow, that sucks. Not good that Cuba's in the eye wall. There's no eye yet. Cuba's kind of experiencing a little bit of a wall, but there's no eye yet. Right now, there's no eye form. It's Cat 2, no eye yet. Could see an eye overnight. Definitely Cat 3 overnight. Potentially could get strengthened to a Cat 3. Not 100%, but it could potentially strengthen. It could make landfall overnight as Cat 3. Major hurricane. So we will probably see an upgrade to a major hurricane here. Probably not a good sign. This is rapid strengthening. Hurricane mild intensity is probably going to become a Category 4 system. This is a code red system. Not good. And what's Rachel's high school? High school, yeah. It sucks. But there, as you can see, you might be wondering, why is this thing just going to randomly weaken by the time it gets past Tampa? Significantly, it's because there's going to be a lot of wind shear centered into this region. There's going to be a lot of wind shear. This area extremely favorable. But up here, this type of area right here is in an area of wind shear, so it's kind of starting to weaken. But it's extremely favorable down here with warm sea surface temperatures and not much wind shear, dry air. With this, definitely not a good sign from this, but it's always good to hear that it's what this thing is going to do. As if we could do kind of a picture of this right now with here. See this stuff right here? This is all that dry air. That way, this is the dry air right now. This is the warm, moist air is up here is where we're seeing that warm, moist air. But that dry air is centered in the South U.S. and the north portions of Florida. That's why we're going to see a rapid decrease in strength as it gets into North Florida. But it's a very favorable area across South Florida and Central Florida as this thing is in some very moist, warm air with not much wind shear with this. So it's only a good sign that this thing will start to decrease and will probably be only a Cat 1 by landfall. But it's the bad news is that the worst case scenario, which is the bad news, is that it's forecasted to be Category 4 and impact Tampa before it makes landfall. But the good news is just that there's this dry air kind of centered into these areas right now. We are still, and also more bad news, not just do we have this storm surge threat into central Florida, we also do have the threats for very, very heavy rainfall, storm surge, strong winds, and not just that, tornadoes are possible with this system. We could see a few tornadoes across Central and South Florida. This could not be good impacts. Remember, guys, I'm going to end this stream school as I have school tomorrow, so probably end this stream in a few minutes. Okay. This was awesome. Okay. Yeah. We can see up to 10 feet of storm surge, mainly in the Tampa area. Not good. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. But yeah, looking at this is showing the dry air. This is all that dry air, extremely dry air. As basically, I'll kind of look at the models here. Temperatures. Look at the HRRR temperature. As you can see, the next few runs coming out, showing this thing, showing the temperatures extremely decreasing. As you can see, it's showing the big area of decreasing temperatures heading in here. Decreasing temperatures will be heading in, causing this storm to decrease. With the decreasing temperatures, the higher wind shear amounts with this. But it's very favorable right now. Didn't lie, tough on news, bad. Wow, yeah. Problem end this stream here now. I've been live for about a little over an hour. Let's see how long I've been live for. 63 minutes. Yeah, it's a little over an hour. Hope everybody has enjoyed this stream so far. We're probably going to end this stream here soon. But I really, really hope everybody has enjoyed this stream. This was pretty fun. Was definitely a pretty fun stream. That I'm glad everybody enjoyed this. And this is fun. Being live with you guys here. Fun, definitely fun. Definitely fun stream to be doing with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. One second, I just gotta kind of find this music. I'm gonna try to find the music. Alright, I found the music for you guys. 413 is live, yeah. You can watch, yeah. You guys can switch to whatever live stream you want once I end this. I'm just kind of getting tired. I have school tomorrow. I have quite a bit of work to do. So we're probably just going to end the stream here. Hope everybody enjoyed this. Stay safe in the Tampa region. All Central Florida and South Florida and North Florida need to be very well aware for this upcoming system with very strong winds, heavy rain, maybe in a few tornadoes and big-time storm surge threats with this. Cuba needs to stay extremely safe, and Western Cuba needs to stay extremely safe. And definitely heavy rainfall, storm surge, flooding, maybe even a tornado threat in Cuba too. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what we could see here. So, yeah. Not much left to have to say for this, but hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Enjoyed the stream, and it kind of changes to the ending music. Hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Boop. Now the stream is going to end here. Oh, you guys enjoyed this. We're kind of going to put this to... Alright. It's 9 p.m. for me. It's 8 p.m. Wow. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. here. Starting the music. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We'll kind of say bye, guys, once the music ends. But really hope everybody has enjoyed this. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like this. Stay safe in Central Florida, North Florida, and South Florida. Also, stay safe in Western Cuba. And bye, guys.